ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्तिः ॐ शान्तिः ॐ शान्तिः। So today I welcome all of you to this talk, Programming the Consciousness. On 21st June 2015, history was created. What was the history? It was the starting point of celebration of first International Yoga Day. So almost all the countries of the world celebrated this International Yoga Day. So if you go to the website of the United Nations, you will find a definition of yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is an ancient physical, mental, and spiritual practice that originated in India. The word yoga derives from the Sanskrit, means to join or to unite, symbolizing the union of body and consciousness. And consciousness. And consciousness. So, till today, we have actually focused mostly on programming of the body. As I am from the Ministry of Communication, my job is to connect people. Earlier, we are only connecting through voice. Then we have connected data, we have connected with video. Now we are also connecting with machines. We have Internet of Things, machine to machine communication. In addition to that, I want to connect the different minds, different philosophies, different levels of consciousness. As you know, on this 21st June 2015, we have celebrated the International Yoga Day. In 2015 to 2025, so next year we are going to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the International Yoga Day. So in 2025, we should focus on programming not only the body but also the consciousness. Some people have already started programming in different levels. We have quantum communication. We have augmented reality, virtual reality. So, we are going in that direction. Our body can be considered as a hardware. We have programmed our body with different asanas, pranayams. Our body is actually becoming stronger and stronger due to this yoga. But when the technology is being advanced, we should think how to program the consciousness. We should also think from quantum physics point of view. We should also think from various background how to program consciousness. Because the programming of the body will make us run 100-meter race in the shortest possible time. But With the programming of consciousness, we can evolve from a lower level of consciousness to a higher level of consciousness. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have three levels of consciousness. We have tamas, rajas, and sattviga. Tamas is at the bottom. It rises to rajas and then to sattva. This can be treated as three steps. But this consciousness cannot be exhibited without the body. And this body is the hardware. Just like I am now speaking to you through internet connectivity. You see how this internet connectivity has connected all of you. We have a computer. We have a communication system connected through optical fiber, also through wireless communication. So communication system transmits the signal from one part of the world to the other part of the world, and it connects. How it has connected? We have hardware and we also have software. I'm just giving you an example of this United Nations website. How the software of the website has been written. If you can see the software, it is written in HTML, Python or Java, or in the programming language. We don't speak in this programming language, we speak in English, but the programming is done in a symbolic language that the machine can understand. And that machine can communicate with other machines through different protocols, through different technologies. My voice is being communicated to you in English. We have programs. We program the computers. We program the communication system. We all do the program and we program the entire electronics hardware. Now we are also programming the robots. What robot will do? Robot will do physical works. The computers, the artificial intelligence will help us solve the mathematical problems, mathematical programs. So if we say, oh, robot, you pick up that thing, it will pick up. Gradually, we are also evolving our robots. So if you see the robot as a body, your programming language is Java, Python, etc. Now think of this human body. What is this human body? We have to understand this human body. I'm giving this slide to tell you that our human body, we must understand the different components of human body. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling to Arjuna, idam sarirang kamteya khetramitya bhidiyate. Etaddu vitti tang prahu khetrajna iti tadviddha. This human body is the khetra, and who knows about this, residing in it, is the khetrajna. महाभूतान्य अहंकारो बुद्धिरा व्यक्तमेव च Indriyani dasaikancha pancha chendriya gocharaha. It has karmendriyas, it has gyanendriyas, it has, you can say in another term, this is also like Ajodhya Nagari. Ashtachakra Navadwara Devana Pura Ajodhya. Tasyang Hiranyakosa Swarga Jyotisa Bhutah. Our body is a representation of Lord Sri Ram's Ajodhya, a place full of happiness, prosperity, health, with 8 chakras and 9 gates. It has 9 doorways, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 2 excretory parts. And all this complex hardware has some chakras. What are the chakras? We have Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Visuddhi, Agnya, Sahasrara. जिस नगरी का वेद भगवान ने वर्णना किया है वो मनुष्य का ये शरीर है। इसके 9 द्वार है, 2 आंखें, 2 कान, 2 नथुने, 1 मुख और 2 मौल और मूत्र त्यागने का द्वार। यही 9 द्वार वाली अयोध्या नगरी। इसमें 8 चक्र है, मूलाधार चक्र, स्वाधिष्ठान चक्र, मणिपूरक चक्र, अनाहत चक्र, हृदय चक्र, विशुद्धि चक्र, आज्ञा चक्र, सहस्रार चक्र। इस 9 द्वार और 8 चक्रों वाली नगरी में हम में हम रहते हैं। और ये चक्र के बारे में बहुत सारे, जैसे मूलाधार चक्र कृषि मंत्री, स्वाधिष्ठान चक्र सेचन मंत्री, मणिपुर चक्र खाद्य मंत्री, अनाहत चक्र प्रशासन मंत्री, विशुद्धि चक्र शिक्षा मंत्री, मूलाधार चक्र ऑल्सो कॉल्ड भूलोक, स्वाधिष्ठान भूगोलोक, नाभि महलोक, ब्रह्मरंध्र सत्यलोक। Our consciousness lives in this body, controls the chakras and guides them. So how can you program the chakras? How can you program this body hardware and consciousness? We are entering the quantum era. We are communicating very fast. So what type of programming language we should now use? Should we use English? English is a good language, but is it made that way? Keeping programming of these chakras in mind? Is it a standard language communicate with human body hardware? Communicate with mind? Communicate with consciousness? We have to think what can be a suitable language to program the human body and consciousness. We may write lots of articles on consciousness. We may give lots of speeches on consciousness. But if we do not address or program human body and chakras, and consciousness, we may not program the consciousness. So this is an example of different chakras and their bija mantras, and how all these bija mantras are actually mapped to different dhwanis. Before going to the body programming, I should want to tell you that not only the Sanskrit, but also all Indian languages have this Varnamala. Varnamala can be connected to chakras. As you can see, the different Varnamalas starting from O, A, E, which is linked to Visuddhi Chakra. It is in the throat. The color is blue. It is also connected to Akash. And there are different characteristics attached to this Visuddhi Chakra. Then similarly, we have the Anahata Chakra, which has Bija Mantra Young. And it is also connected with the different letters. Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Ho, Cha, 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 Nya, Ta, Ta. We have Manipura Chakra, having Bija Mantra Rang. It has Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na, Pa, Pha, Ba, Bha. And all these are arranged sequentially in such a way that your chakras can be programmed with utterances of these words. These are called the Bija Mantras. And these Bija Mantras can be programmed through Sanskrit, through mantras. How can you program it? We ourselves is the computer. We ourselves is the supercomputer. We do pranayam. We take the breathing in and out. And in our body, there are lot of nadis, lot of anachasa vayu. And mouth is a natural sound producing instrument. With this mouth and this sound, that is called Shabda, we also called Shabda Brahma. With this Shabda Brahma, we can arise our consciousness. We can program our consciousness. So, let me go to the different layers, different types of these chakras. So we have Muladhara Chakra, we have Brahma Granthi, we have Vishnu Granthi, we have Rudra Granthi, we have food and water we take. There is a food pipe. We have a physical hardware. We have different organs, angas, eyes, nose, ear, skin, tongue. These angas or indriyas help us to rise the consciousness. Just like a car has a wheel, has a brake, has an engine, this body has all the material components also. So, with the eye, we can see the best. With the nose, we can smell the best. With the ear, we can listen the best. With the tongue, we can taste the best. With the touch or the skin, we can make the best ecosystem or atmosphere. So with all these components, we can make our consciousness higher and higher. So considering this chakras, considering this senses, a new operating system, a new programming language has been evolved. That is called soil. Sanskrit operating system for Indian languages. This is designed in such a way that we can not only program the man or machine, we should also program the consciousness. This is an example. When we perform the Ganesh Puja, the potter has made the statue with the clay. The traditional potter does not know the Sanskrit. The pujari knows the Sanskrit. And possibly he can do the prana pratishtha and will make the statue a blissful energy center. Just now we are now programming the robots. Maybe we can use the Sanskrit mantras in future to program a conscious robot. I am giving a picture. We have Brahma, Saraswati. We have Vishnu, Lakshmi. We have Shiva, Parvati. We have creation, operation, evolution. And there are a lot of these mantras. These mantras are not just words. These mantras are very carefully written. Just like we have seen the programming language of website or the programming language of robots. These mantras have been written to arise the consciousness inside us. We have Brahma Sutra. We have Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Lakshmi Sahasranama, Saraswati Astakam, Navaratri, Navagraha Puja, Durga Astakam, Rudra Astakam, Nirbana Satakam, Shiva Tandava Stotram. So in the different this shlokas, we program something. We program different aspects of consciousness, different aspects of life. If you can see one example, this example I am again giving, that Gayatri mantra. You see the image of man and how these sounds, dhwani, are linked with different parts of the body. Om भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो जो नः प्रचोदयात्. Om, pervading bhulok, the consciousness of physical plane. Bhuvaloka, the consciousness of prana. Swaraloka, the consciousness of the divine mind. The Savitri, divine essence of the sun, which is most adorable. Meditate on that divine effulgence. May that awaken our spiritual intelligence or spiritual consciousness. So this is actually a programming of consciousness. This is not a programming of a computer, but programming of a supercomputer. That is the human body. So with this mantra, we can do the programming of our. I am giving another example. Lalita Sahasranam. Who is Lalita? Lalita is Shakti. Lalita is Parvati. Shiva Shakti. So if you recite the Lalita Sahasranama, you will find it goes from bottom to top. One step, one step, one step. With so much analysis, so much symbolic representation, so much picturization. It tells about different chakras. It tells about a story. It describes different energy centers of the body, their properties, and lots of scientific facts in form of one poem. I will call this a programming language of consciousness. And this has been written in Sanskrit. The Sanskrit, if you understand the Sanskrit, you can understand Lalita Sahasranam. But you also need to know the Vedic science. You also should know all the ecosystem, all the words, all their dhatus, how these Sanskrit words have evolved. Each of the Sanskrit word can be equivalent to a book. So we need to have this knowledge. So I call total development. How can you have total development? The total development can happen if you know this programming language, you know the meanings of the words, and how these words can be uttered along with the hardware. So with all these hardwares, we come to the Shankaracharya's Nirbana Satakam. Manabuddhi ahankara chittani naham न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे. I have the mind, I have the intellect, I have the ego, I have the memory, but I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the memory, I am not the ego. I have ears, I have skin, I have nose, I have the eyes, but I am not the skin, I am not the ear, I am not the nose, I am not the eyes. There is space, there is earth, there is fire, and there is water and wind in my body, but I am not the space. I am not the earth, not the fire, not the water, not the wind. I have virtue and vice, but I am not the virtue. I am not the vice. I am not the breath. I am not the five elements. I am not the matter, nor the five seats of consciousness. I am not the speech. I am not the hand. I am not the feet. Who I am? Chidananda Rupa Sivoham Sivoham. I am the consciousness. I am the supreme consciousness. So what Shankaracharya is telling, we need to have the entire materialistic world. But we should remember, we are not the material. We are Chidananda Rupa Sivoham Sivoham. With that concept in our mind, we should program the consciousness. So, not only the mantras, not only the statues, not only the murtis, these statues actually represent the knowledge. It is like the computer hardware. How can you communicate if you don't have a mobile? If you don't have a computer? Similarly, these statues work as a mobile. The statues work as a computer. A statue which has prana pratishtha works as a communicating device. You see the mobile towers and you see the temples. The temples and towers are gradually, these towers may evolve to be a temple. Towers only communicate this now signals, but the consciousness, the signal consciousness needs to be evolved, needs to be transmitted. So how can you transmit? There is one internal, there is an external. So internally we can chant mantras to arise the consciousness. They arise from Tama to Raja to Satya. But how can you raise the consciousness around? We have to raise the consciousness around through festivals. Utsav. Life is full of festivals. Life is full of colors. Like a prism, these festivals manifest like a glass prism. Some people celebrate the festivals with fight, with bullfight. But we celebrate the festival keeping the life and its consciousness in mind. Earth, space, air, water, fire. Let us take Holi. We are playing with water. Let us take Deepavali. We are playing with fire. In a competitive world, every activity is seen as a war surrounded by enemies. Survival for the fittest. But when we celebrate, our objective is not survival for the fittest, but survival and happiness for all. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani paschantu, ma kaschi dukkha bhaguvet. Take the example of Rath Yatra. We all come together to pull the chariot of our consciousness represented through a statue. Bhagavan. And the Bhagavan, the Maheshwar, the Almighty surrenders before the devotees. And devotees pull the chariot with happiness, with unitedness, with uniqueness, without any enemy, without any fight. Internal happiness through external celebration. So all these festivals, be it Rath Yatra, be it Holi, be it Deepavali, so many festivals, we also raise our consciousness. We also program our consciousness. So with all these things, I am coming to my last slide. I have conceptualized something called soil, Sanskrit operating system for Indian languages. The objective is this broken system of Sanskrit, knowledge system, ecosystem, where Pranapratishtha was done through mantras, where mantras also evoked Navagrahas. All that is now like this broken watch. All this needs to be connected with Sanskrit operating system for Indian languages. So what it will do? It will start from the assembly language. It will try to program the human machines, also computer machines, also the consciousness. So I thank you all for listening to this talk. With the last sentence, the programming, the consciousness through Sanskrit. So